The GOAT is the GOAT, it's the give it GOAT. The GOAT is the GOAT, it's the ever GOAT. The GOAT, I got a little tied up on that, but it's the GOAT.
Welcome to episode 5 of the GOAT Pod, GOAT Pod. It's your boy, Wendell Holland. And for those that don't know, I am from the show Survivor. I am joined by my bestie in the world, the purple pants brother himself, the one and only from Survivor 28, Survivor Cagayan, the other half of Bryson Wen, the man, the myth, the legend, the legendary Bryce Isaiah, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, Herd? I'm so excited to be in the front yard today. I'm excited for episode 5.
It's good to see you, Bryce. And we're joined by none other than the man who originated the cookout, the person who put this masterful plan into motion, the brilliant, the smart.
Okay, I don't want to take credit of things I don't do. You know, Tiffany came up with the mastermind of the cookout. Xavier came up with the name of the cookout. I just put the 6 members together.
Yes, that part.
Tiffany, hello. Yeah, he doing it again. Sorry.
Continue, please.
The son of the legendary Smoking Joe Frazier, ladies and gentlemen, Derek Frazier's in the building.
Yeah, go, yeah, you saw that? I just brought that up. I'm bringing stuff out on this show, okay? Y'all haven't got nothing. I got balloons, a thumbs up, and I just got my rock metal laser show.
Where did he get that from?
I have no, because he just came from the Eagle.
From the what? I don't want to know.
We'll take you there.
I don't want to know.
And just to let you guys know from the last episode with Jason that I am in the dining room with the big goat.
Thank you. I'm in the kitchen.
I'm at Waffle House.
Oh.
Now,
I know they didn't take you there.
But like, Derek,
Yes.
they started this episode off and I am getting hot in here.
Yes.
Oh, I'm getting hot. Okay, this episode, I definitely was the GOAT because let's grocery store Joe.
And what was this episode about?
Whisper in my ear. Tell me something sweet. Okay, if grocery store Joe wants some tater salad, okay, give it to mama. Give it to mama. I got that tater salad for Joe. He want that sticky, icky tater salad. I got it. Okay.
what? That's
I might not be in paradise, but I'm trying to be with Joe.
At Acme, at Fresh Grocery,
Okay.
Trader
And Publix.
Yeah. Wherever you want us.
The Stop and Shop.
Mm.
Wawa.
Mm.
Sheets.
Mm.
The Farmer's Market.
Whole Foods.
The bathroom at the gas station.
Can we please podcast?
The mini market. The refrigerator at the hotel.
Because what they say at the cash register, paper or plastic.
I was about to say, never mind.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Wendeezy, as they call you. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
But
We
Joe
are
with
just
the GOAT.
getting started, gentlemen, and you guys are already doing this to me. So we start off morning life. Joe is talking with Day and Jill that it's time to work with the women because and he wants to do that. He says Day isn't threatened by him, so she's more than likely to keep him around. Makes sense. And also now the men have made a bunch of big moves. You know, Joe is doing what it appears to be as a like a flip-flopping kind of like middle ground. Good strategy, bad strategy. What do we think?
I I mean, I think it's great. Again, it's like for me personally, I am loving to see this alliance of Jill and Day come together. They're getting Joe. We don't really see a lot of Joe kind of strategizing. It's kind of like he just like, the meat on the log there. But I like the fact that he is aware of what's happening, and he's like, I clearly am not in the window herd. So, like, let me go where I could be useful. And so Day and Jill bring him on in. So I think it's smart.
It is smart.
Well, we'll see how that goes. Then Tosh comes in, announces that tonight is a...
Hold on.
Hold on. There's a part I want to call out. Now, I think me and Bryce on the same page because I think we wrote down the same thing. Okay, let's see if we're in sync. Pay attention. Now, why did Jill talk about Tech? Heard about the things that he could do with his tongue.
I was trying to jump over that.
I know you were. Now you should know better. You should have knew me and Bryce wrote that. I already knew me and him wrote that together. I didn't have to tell him.
I said, Jill Zarin, what do you know? How do you know this information about Tech's tongue?
So Tech said,
I want to see you do it.
Okay.
You want to see me do it?
No, she told Tech, I want to see what you could do with it.
Tech looked all of them women dead in the eyes. He said, I'm not going to do it. What do you do, Bryce?
No, do it. No, you do it. You were there. You have to show us.
You got to do it. You were there.
He did something like this. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he did.
Oh my God.
Please, Evan, please
do what you need to do.
Delete that, Evan, please.
No, we're keeping that. And Tech, please send us a video of what you did since Wendell did not do it correctly. We need to know for the fans.
It also was Tech describing to us the moment that he knew he had something special. He's with his mom, and I don't know if they said church or wherever they was at, but Tech said, I just started breakdancing, and they was all like, go Tech, go Tech. Now, who y'all think can breakdance better, Jill Zarin or Tech?
Jill Zarin.
She bangs.
Nah, Tech is a smooth dude, man. That man, that's the GOAT right there. That's the man. So now may we continue? Are we off of Tech's tongue? That's a crazy sentence.
Whoa.
So Tosh comes in and announces it's a double elimination. Time to shake things up. Time to shake this house up. Let's make some moves. And the GOAT challenge is a cooking spelling bee. So essentially, you got to be stirring the risotto, and you got to be able to spell a food word correctly. Words like crush, dice, lobster, sorbet, hummus,
ceviche,
celery, dollop, kielbasa. They got me out with kielbasa. Based, enchilada, pasteurized, braised. Yeah, so some of the words seemed pretty simple and easy. Some of the words seemed a little more difficult. Bryce, how you doing? How are the hands?
I'm stirring the risotto.
You know what's so crazy? Y'all were stirring that whole time.
We had to. That was part of the rules, and you should be stirring right now too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I want to during this challenge, now you might get me with this one because I don't know where we were at. Were we in the sunroom of the basement? Like, I don't know. And I do want to know, Wendell, were the aunties from the family reunion that are compliance, were they there for the spelling bee?
Well, first of all, we went to the beautiful.
I appreciate Wendell putting his whole body into it.
My arms are getting tired already. We went to the beautiful. What was it called? It was the Horticultural Center at Emory University. That's where we were. They took us there via chopper. Okay. We had 2 helicopters. Nonetheless,
Wendell, spell spaghetti.
S-P-A-G-E-T-T-I.
Okay.
Is there an H in there?
No.
I know. I was just joking.
Okay. Give me a word.
Bryce, spell
Braise.
braise.
Braise or braised?
Braise.
Braise.
Yes.
B-R-A-I-S-E-D. Braised.
I said braise.
Oh, braise. B-R-A-I-S-E.
You got it, but you didn't keep stirring. Derek,
Did compliance just eliminate me?
you're out of here. Derek,
Yeah.
spell celery.
Oh, celery. C-L-E-G-E.
I guess I'm the only one left. Wendell, spell kielbasa. K-I-E-L-B-A-S-A. I got it. So, nonetheless,
Unfortunately, Joe was the first one out. Our man was the first one out of this competition.
can you tell me about your man? Tell me about your man who worked in a
grocery store, and I could not believe that he did not know how to spell the item in the grocery store. It was very disappointing.
hummus. Apparently, and I wasn't in the kitchen with them this morning. They were like eating hummus that morning, talking about hummus that morning.
You weren't where this morning?
I wasn't in the at the Waffle House.
Okay.
But anyway, so Joe's out first. Alyssa is out with celery. It was she spelled it C-E-L-E-R. She's on the right path. A-R-Y. Celerari.
She was close. Again, my girl Jill, she loved to act like she's like, I can't really spell. And then Jill made it relatively far. I'm like, Jill Zarin, I'm on to you. We see each other.
Her strategy is very disarming. It's actually brilliant. I can't do this. I can't do that. She sets the expectations super low, and then she just hits it out the park every time. A true goat. Tech is out with Dollop. Pal does a great job, despite the fact that English is her second language. Like, she's a great communicator, and she is solid at spelling. She spelled yolk properly. Joke. Jason with dinner. Jill had poach. Reza had based. He's out of there. Wen had kielbasa. He's out of there. Day had enchilada. She got it. CJ had pasteurized. Out of there. Pal had braised. Out of there. And our winner is round 3. Nope, round 3.
Okay.
Jason has quesadilla. Big D, how do you spell quesadilla? Ready, go.
Case and Dia.
Okay, you're out of here. Bryce, how do you spell quesadilla?
Wait. Derek said quesadilla. 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 You spell quesadilla. I gotta look at a Mexican menu real quick. Q-U-E-S-A-D-I-L-L-A.
Bryce, you're still in it. Jason was out with it because he spelled it like queso, like cheese. Which, I mean, that's a good assumption if you don't know. Anyway, Jill has zucchini. Bryce, how do you spell zucchini?
Oh, don't get me with zucchini.
Look, zucchini.
Go ahead and spell it, Derek.
I just spelled it.
Z-O-O?
Z-U.
K?
Kini.
I think it's Z-U-C-C-H.
Hey Siri,
I.
how do you spell zucchini?
And you just looked it up, and I saw you look down. Bryce, even though you cheated, you got it right.
I didn't cheat.
All right, Bryce, don't look down.
I'm not looking down.
Look straight at the camera, Bryce,
Okay.
to win the goat.
Okay.
To win the
Not
goat,
straight
Bryce.
at the goat.
To win the goat, spell ceviche.
Oh, wait. Oh, ceviche.
And my mom know I know she know how to spell
my
ceviche.
mom know I know how to spell ceviche.
I better not get this wrong.
Seviche.
Ceviche day.
Ceviche. That's how you spell it. Seviche. Seviche.
Yes. That's how you spell it.
Guys.
Okay.
No, I think it begins with a C.
Oh, I'm saying S, but oh my God, wait, I'm saying S, but oh my God, you know I mean
No,
C.
He
you
meant
said it
C.
14 times with an S.
You know I mean
And your mama said what? Miss Barb said what?
Ceviche.
Ceviche. But anyway, Davon, kudos. Davon is very smart. Davon is like, these challenges she's great at. And she killed it. She smoked that challenge. She knew her words. She did it. Winner, the GOAT, Davon.
Mm-hmm. And what a time for her to win the GOAT. And like we said a couple of episodes ago, and I'm going to just bring it back up today. She shouldn't go this hard. It's too early in the season. Nope. My sis said, she said, okay, I'm going to go hard. I'm going to make myself a leader. And like you said, oh, she's going too hard. I mean, Ceviche, okay, Ceviche is saying she going the right pace. So shout out to Day.
Davon, the winner, the GOAT. Okay. Derek, anything?
I don't have anything.
Okay.
I do want to say Davon wins, but there is a part that I do love. I love for Reza and Alicia's relationship. I live for those two. They remind me a little bit of me and Bryce. Like, I love their relationship and how it's developing. But we kind of hop into our next challenge. But I do want to call out that since this is all about food, Tosh comes showing up like a true beehive that he is, dressed as a bee.
He does. He does. Tosh's outfits have been spectacular.
They've been top notch.
Or something.
This challenge is so interesting to watch because explain it to us so I can explain why it's so interesting.
Yes. So in this challenge, you have somebody slingshotting food items towards the rest of their team, who are all in a giant picnic basket, and they need to catch these food items.
Let the record be known.
Oh gosh.
If Joe wanted to slingshot anything my way, I will catch it in my basket.
Same. Or I'll catch it in my mouth.
Okay, so very, very, very lucky for us all. Joe was not the slingshotter. Thank goodness. Thank goodness Joe was.
How would you catch it, Derek? I wasn't ready. But listen, if Joe were the slingshot, that was the problem. They should have put Joe as the slingshot.
Yeah. Now Davon has a plan. It seems like she want to make sure that she wants to win this challenge.
Sorry, we thought you were Joe.
So Davon has a plan. She wants to target Wendell and Rez. She's like, I gotta go after these people. These are my targets. So she makes sure they're on the other team so she can win and then make sure her team sends them home. Okay.
But this is also why I love Day, right? Because you want to make sure that Wendell and Rez are on different teams because you want to target them. But now I'm gonna call Day out. Why you ain't put Rez on your team, Tay? That's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Davon was like, well, let me at least make sure Wendell on my team. So, or no,
No,
wait, you wasn't
Wendell,
on-
no,
okay, wasn't
no,
on this
she,
turn.
no. She kept both of them on the other team
On the
because
other
she
team.
wanted,
Okay, all right.
yeah, so she could win and then send them home. You
So
know,
she
so
stacked her team.
yes, she
And
thought
put her
Tech
two
was going to
targets.
be like the best because she's like, Tech is good at everything. Tech is going to be great at this game. Girl, lo and
Hey,
behold.
Bay. Well, the way this challenge started, though, Wendell didn't start off too great. Like,
First
I
of
was
all.
like, what's going on? But sometimes you don't know how bad things are until they get worser.
Yes. So essentially, I've done sling challenges on the show that I was on.
He couldn't even help himself. Like, it was the way that, like, that just came up so
He couldn't.
natural.
It
Survivor.
did.
Shout out to the Q skirt hoodie that I'm wearing. My man Q
Oh,
from Survivor.
Why
Anyway,
is it? Why is it? Never mind. That's another question. It's a Q skirt pending.
oh yeah, he's marketing real ones. They're coming to market very soon. The hood has a zipper, so you could, and then the pockets have insulation, so you could put beverages in there. Anyway, nonetheless. So on Survivor, I've done slingshot challenges. I know how to sling it. Now,
I just threw up in my mouth.
y'all
Bitch.
want to be nasty?
He's trying to set himself up. So let him have it.
Y'all
Okay.
want to be nasty?
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
now.
You know, that will be
Yeah, that would
Twitter
definitely
is
be
gonna run.
Twitter.
with
Yeah,
that.
Twitter's gonna eat that up, bitch. And we ain't
I
cutting
take it
that.
back.
No, we're not cutting that. If you cut that, I'm not
Evan?
doing this show no more. I swear to God.
Okay, so I said, hey guys,
Oh, the jokes right them.
Evan, you can get rid of that part too. Throw away this whole podcast.
No, I'm not playing. That's staying in there. So
Okay.
as the challenge continues, go ahead, Wendell.
So I'm slingshotting the food items to my team. I know that my team does not look like this stacked team that is Davon's team, but I know that if I'm fast with slingshotting, at the very least, it could be a numbers game. I could just keep sending them their way. You know, I'll kill myself to sling all of these food items to them so that they'll have a higher chance of catching things. And so we do it in what seems like a solid amount of time. Next, I can't hear you, Bryce.
How good was Reza at catching?
Now, Reza's my bestie, first of all.
I love Reza.
Reza, I would like to trade both of you for my man Reza, first of all. Now,
Oh, okay. You know what? That's okay because I like Reza, and you know what? We don't need you anyway.
But
so
I just like to know how, because Reza was jumping. I mean,
not too much on Reza because I will call him for next episode if you guys want to talk your trash.
Reza gets an A for effort.
An A for effort.
I think my man Reza was getting a little flustered. But now that means who else do I got? Jill, Jason, and CJ. So I'm sending them their way. And CJ was doing a good job. She got hands. Jill was doing a good job. Jill let us know that everything that was coming to her, she was catching. And Jill was yelling some things to me. Send it to me, baby.
I heard. I knew she was definitely yelling at you because I was like, why is it looking? She's like, me. I'm like,
Give
oh,
it to
okay.
mama. Yo, she was saying some things to me. I was like, Jill Zarin.
She had that tech tongue.
I was like, Jill Zarin. I was like, don't make me call Gary. So, but yeah, so we did it in what seemed to be a solid time. I was still, I knew that slinging these, it's not easy. Especially tomatoes is easier-ish. When you get to heads of lettuce, they go all over the place. And then when you get to rolls, they fall all over the place, right? So I knew that I did okay. Then we get to my main man, Tech, who, you know, Tech is from the challenge. Tech is from the real world. Tech has been in reality TV for 24 years. Tech is that dude. And so he decides to be the person slinging the groceries. And you have on the receiving end, you have Davon, Beast. You have Joe, who they said he played football and something else.
tight
You have
wide receiver, tight end, quarterback.
you have Pal, professional wrestler. She's a beast. And so, and you have Justin, who is an athlete, period. Justin is just good at a lot of things. So now all Tech has to do is deliver the groceries to the receivers. And Tech gets off to what looks like an okay start, you know, but then he starts fumbling the tomatoes, which is the easiest thing. And at this point, I'm thinking he's really getting in his head now. And he looked a little flustered, but he looked like he was trying his hardest. And this is it's an endurance thing, though, because you get very tired. My team is standing right next to Tech, watching this man struggle but try his best. And then we start hearing what his team is yelling at him.
Because Davon and Joe and
Over
Justin, they did not look happy.
He's throwing it. Whatever. He's throwing it at this point. He's throwing it. Oh, I knew they were going to set me up.
Throwing it to help Wendell.
But
Joe's like, what do you think is going on? If we get out of here, you're in trouble.
So, I mean, you were there, right? Like, as a viewer, he started off really strong. And so, like, you can only think that you started off strong. But I do love Tech. And I do remember seeing Tech's first season back in the challenge of the OG season. And then I was like, maybe he's not throwing it.
We saw that. I think I might have watched it with you, Bryce, because the first of all, Challenge All-Stars is a tremendous show. And when a lot of them came back a little dusty, they had to.
I just think about that first challenge when they all was just
swimming.
The ambulance came.
Boom, disqualified. Boom, disqualified. The ambulance, they on the side.
They on the side.
Like, are we gonna finish this challenge?
So then I remembered that, and I was like, oh, maybe he really is trying.
Yeah, he's the bed. He was trying his hardest. I think once he started dropping them, he was dropping a lot. Like, he was trying to sling them, but they were just falling and going every which way. He got in his head, and they didn't do anything to help him. And in that situation, if you're not going to do anything to help your person because you can't be there, just don't do anything to hurt your person or to degrade them. And like, as the opposite team that wanted to win GOAT, that wanted to be immune the next day, we were sitting there like trying to encourage Tech on a humane level because his team was like throwing him under the bus. That's all I'm gonna say. Nonetheless, they lose by 1 minute. So they still were close. They lost the challenge by 1 minute. And afterwards, Joe and Day, I don't know about Pal, but they were convinced that Tech threw the challenge. And it got a little heated, like behind the scenes. And in my head, I had a confessional where I'm like, if this man's throwing the challenge, I'm his ally. He would let his allies know, hey, I'm going to take care of y'all today. And he never said that. But then if you were there, you would know that this man was not throwing a challenge.
For me, it was like when y'all started cheering for him. Now, I get that you're explaining to us like from a humane level, but for me watching it and y'all starting to cheer, I'm like, oh, yeah, no, he's definitely throwing it. But yeah.
I hear you.
So
I don't think it was us necessarily cheering for him, but like encouraging him, like, bro, like, you're all right, man. Like, yeah.
No.
So anyway, Derek.
So Wendell's doing what he does best. Wendell from his. What did you play on?
I played on a show. I don't know if y'all heard about it. Survivor.
Thank you. So Wendell's doing his best with Survivor, trying to clean house. He's trying to protect Tech. He's like, yo, they're going to come after Tech. He wants to try to keep him around. He's like, that's my boy. So, Wendell's trying to clean house. Now, Joe comes to the kitchen and asks Wendell, who you voting for? Because our man stands 10 toes. He was slinging that thing into the kitchen. He was letting you know.
He was not slinging anything in my direction. Let's get that abundantly clear.
Okay. Who you voting for, Wendell?
And I'm like, Joe, man, like, how was your day today? Good to see you. Now, this was similar to Derek. You and I went to, what did we go to lunch or something one day? And you tried to start talking about our little situation before we even got out the car.
I get right to the point. We ain't got no time to be bringing around the bush. What's up?
I'm like, Derek, can we get into the restaurant, this cute restaurant in Ardmore? Can we order our food? Can I check up on my man?
It's so funny, Derek, because say Wendell and I will have Bryson Wynn meetings.
Yeah.
We'll go somewhere and I'd be like, all right, so listen, this is what we, and he's like, let's order our food.
Mm-hmm. Right. Let me tell you something. Wendell is not a power bottom. We know that for sure. He is not just letting you just come right in. He like, hold on, I need you to let's soften it up a little bit.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's those ones that you think aren't
Power
bottoms that actually are.
We're not gonna make it past these next couple of shows. Wendell's gonna fire both of us and quick.
I don't know. Y'all need to relax yourselves over there. Nonetheless,
what do you think a power bottom is?
We're gonna get fired from this network. I think that whatever you're talking about is probably on the receiving end of something.
But what makes it power?
They're a strong person.
Okay,
I don't want to do this show.
Okay,
anymore.
thank you. This is called the Late Night Bryson Derek Pod, not part of the Goat Pod. So we were
with our special guest, Power Bottom Wendell.
He is so over us. Okay. So Joe, So Joe comes to ask you who you're gonna vote for. You're like, man, like you coming at me hot. Like, let me try to figure out. But Wendell, I think you kind of do tell him, hey, I'm voting for you. I feel like you kind of drop it a little bit.
Yeah. No, Joe and I, Joe knew, like, I've written, like, Joe and I were very open. And in that case, I think I let him know or something. I think I might have said it.
In the words of Q from Survivor 46, big mistake. Okay. We seen in episode 2 when a bachelor alliance lets him know about something. Joe might be laying on the couch chilling a lot of the time, but what grocery store Joe does not do is forget. So I was like, now why would he tell this man that?
Cool.
First of all, why would you even be writing Joe's name down?
Yeah, Wendell, how do you think that makes us feel? Did you think about us when you were...
Okay, guys, I apologize to Bryce and Derek for even thinking of writing Joe's name down. What I wanted to do at the time was to, knowing that the women thought that the men were just trying to steamroll the women, which was not the case. I wanted to throw them a bone and send a man home as a peace offering to the women.
Love that.
Why not Tech?
Because Tech, you know how I feel about Tech. That's my dog.
So why you don't feel like that about Joe?
I love Joe. I love Joe to death, but Tech's my dog.
Okay.
I also want to talk about, I want to kind of fast forward. I want to talk about CJ. CJ had a great moment talking about, her gay dads with Alyssa. She's a little bit worried because she feels like Alyssa's on the chopping block. Alyssa thinks that she's on the chopping block. She's like, I don't know what to do in this moment. She also, Alyssa talks about, what'd she say? I think she said Minoke or something that means shenanigans. What did she say? Oh my God, I wish I could remember what exactly she said. Oh, it's gonna get me. But she said something where it's spelled AMOK, which means shenanigans. So I was interesting.
Okay, I don't remember that. What I do remember, there were a lot of conversations happening, and conversations like behind my back, I was not privy to, and a lot of strategizing that I was not privy to. Maybe I was a little comfortable at the moment. I know that people were mad at Tech for not just what they thought was him throwing the challenge, but for more things that they thought he might or might not have done to stay in the game that day. That will be the extent of what I'm saying about that. A lot of eyes were upset with Tech. It might have been the players. It might have been the players and everybody mad at Tech. But Tech's my guy. He's my ally. I'm riding with him. I'm trying to get my numbers to ride with him. I'm talking to my people. But it's also a double elimination. And if you don't take all of your – if you aren't certain where all the pieces are going or all the players are going, if you try to play Geppetto too much, if you try to play chess master too much and think that you know where all the pieces are going and don't definitely take your numbers that you for sure know and put them in only one direction. I think what I did was like, all right, this person's going here, cool. All right, Rez, you go here. Joe, you go here. You go here. When in actuality, I should have taken 4 people that I absolutely know are down with me and put them all on one vote. Because if I think that if I'm splitting my own people up and thinking that other people are on those sides going in a particular way, they can very easily take their numbers and vote wherever they want. And it was a foolish strategy on my part. I got comfortable. You see Jason confessional. Shout out to Chef Jason. He's in his confessional. Jill Zarin and Powell roll up in his confessional. I didn't even know this was on limits. I thought it was off limits. And they
That's
get
what
in
I love
his
about the show. That's what I love about the show.
The bedroom.
They're breaking all the third character rules, and that's why I love this show being so. I have to say, nothing's been done like this, a competition show, and I love that they're showing you in the green screen room. You know, Tosh is doing diary room sessions and things like that. I love that. Like cutting, I see some of the members literally talking to you guys while things are happening. I love it.
When Jill did that, it reminds me of Housewives when they go on the girls' trips and they always will have a confessional room. And sometimes, like when they get a little lit or something, like all of the girls will come into like the green room and like have a little group confession. So I was like, that's definitely a housewife tactic. I said, okay, Jill. Again, Jill Zarin is clocked in.
For sure. So, yeah, so lots of scrambling, lots of conversations. I'm not privy to all of them. It's time for the ultimation.
And where was it at?
Don't do that.
Okay. The backyard, down out the kitchen, down the steps, to the picnic bench and the stools.
And the smelly goat chair. And what happens, Linjo?
So this is a bloodbath. The Tech gets 4 votes. He goes home. Now it's down to Justin and Joe.
When you
Alyssa
see the
and
votes
Joe
that Tech get, are you still thinking that you have the numbers, or are you actually sitting here like I'm Game of Thrones?
That's a great question. That's a great question. When I saw the votes that Tech got, I was shocked. I was blindsided. I control my my facial and whatnot. Like I try to like, you know, whatever. That's what happened to me when I was blindsided at Winners at War.
So you took the words out my mouth. It took the words out my mouth. It was giving Winners at War. Got it.
It was giving Winners at War. This season right here. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I was blindsided. And so I'm like,
do you have every buff in your house?
Every buff.
From every season?
I even have South Africa, bro. And this is from when we competed in South Africa.
So do you have every buff since season 1?
He don't. That would be Jack, but
That'd be
he
Jack.
has a lot. He has
I got a good
lot.
collection. So yeah, it hit me when Tech was voted out. I'm like, all right,
It was like a lettuce to the chest.
it was like a lettuce right to the chest. Bam. And now I'm like, all right, I hope that there are enough for at least us to get Joe out.
and describe your emotions as
Oh, the last vote is red.
reading.
It says Justin.
Yes.
Now that
I'm-
was
I'm pissed. I am disappointed in you, Wendell, for letting Alyssa Edwards get eliminated. I will never forgive you. Just know that.
I know.
Just know that. And everybody else, if I ever do a competition show with them, I'm coming for everybody for getting Alyssa Edwards out. How dare you?
and it
Crazy.
just sucks because I just remember the episode where Justin was saying how like he didn't know anything about the show. They said
Yes.
competition, and he was like, I'm in it. I want to prove that I'm a competitor, that I am a strong, amazing person. And then first of all, it's like, Justin, you don't gotta prove none of that. The
Nothing.
second- the
You're an
second
icon.
you
You're a
walk in-
legend.
listen, the second you walk in that door, you was
Justin
killing
was
it.
bigger than all of them. Bigger than all of them. I don't care what y'all say. Just Alyssa Edwards, Justin was bigger than all of them. So they should be thankful that he was on the show.
I learned so much from Justin, Alyssa. I just learned so much from being roommates with this person, this individual. I don't know many people that dress in drag. I don't. And I didn't know. I just didn't. Just being around him and seeing him transform into this person and just this beautiful soul that is behind all of this, that's behind Justin, behind Alyssa. I was able to learn so much and appreciate so much. And I wish they would have shown our friendship too a lot more. They did a great job of showing Reza's friendship. But like, yeah, I was so grateful to be in this house, but also roommates with Alyssa, also Reza, also Jason. What I will, the only thing I'll say is that because Jason doesn't come from this competition world, like there were times like when he was telling Davon like, hey, turn it off, like let's be a human. Or there were sometimes game wise where he's such a good person or has so many morals that he's like, I'm not gonna make this game move, or I'm gonna, and so like in a game like that.
Isn't Drag Race
Right. I was going to
cutthroat,
say, yeah,
Derek?
hold on. I would say this to your statement, Wendell.
Yeah.
I agree just a little bit, right? But Drag Race is a very competition show. She's done All Stars, she's done regular Drag Race, and she's also come back and been, a mentor to the girls. I will say this. I think that, when it comes to this type of competition, I understand what you're saying, like a competition where you're just voting people out or things like that. But strategy and coming up with a plan, she's been there, done that. But I get what you're saying. I think there's a lot that I'm glad that you were able to learn, because me and Bryce, we can only teach you so much, So I'm glad that, there was 3 other, gay people to teach you some things. And I'm just happy, just all around. But Justin went out the way that, as he should, as a queen, and he still spread positivity to the rest of everybody. And he was the only one so far that I have seen since leaving. I don't know if Tech did, and I don't want to say Tech didn't, but they did emphasize showing Justin hug everyone, even Davon, and wished her the best of luck. And I love that.
Agreed. I do have, like, Justin was amazing, and so sad to see Justin and Tech go. But I do want to ask one question, Wendell, before we wrap this episode up. How do you feel about the low ratings at this point from the talent show?
How do I feel about him?
How do you feel after essentially you've just been slaughtered? How, like, do you still have that same position?
I've just been slaughtered. What are you talking about? I had a bad
lost 2
episode.
people.
She just lost 2 people.
No,
Okay,
you
but I'm
just
just
lost.
saying. But I'm just
You
saying.
lost two people.
You did just lose two people. You lost two people, but you just sat here and said you went in there thinking that you had the numbers and that you were hiding in your face. Like, oh, this was a surprise to you. So I'm just curious to know, like, how you feel about Javon's talent show performance pulling.
I think it was a bad game move, and I
Okay.
think that the pendulum swung back. That, like, welcome to these reality shows. Like,
Okay,
of course,
but currently,
of course.
currently the pendulum is. Which way is it swaying?
It's definitely swinging in her direction right now.
Okay.
Right
Okay.
now.
That's all we need
Right
to
now.
know. That's all we need to know. That's all we need to know.
Again, sad to see Justin the Tech go, but I'm just saying. I still
Bryce,
can't get over
hey,
Javon.
Bryce,
I
hey,
still
Bryce,
got- here you
Hey
go.
Bryce,
Here you go.
how did you do on the GOAT? Hey Bryce, what did you say to them when they called you? You just said I don't want to do it. Hey Bryce, how did you do when you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 5 of the GOAT Pod. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Next week we may or may not have a special guest. We'll see. But thank y'all so much. We'll see you soon. Peace.
The GOAT is the GOAT, it's the give it GOAT. The GOAT is the GOAT, it's the ever GOAT. The GOAT, I got a little tied up on that, but it's the GOAT.